Welcome everyone to beautiful Tecumseh, Ontario for tonight's coverage of baseball between the Windsor Stars and the Tecumseh Thunder here on We Did It All. Good evening once again. I'm Justin Pritz alongside in the booth tonight, Ted Beal, as we get set for what is a rivalry matchup. These two ready to face off here after some intense baseball throughout the summer as they continue their quest and focus towards the national championships next month. Lots to talk about when it comes to the game today here, Ted. A rivalry matchup, plenty of local stars on hand. For both of these teams, a chance to showcase things. Although it is fairly cloudy in the forecast, they'll have to do so while battling with some of the sprinkles of rain tonight.
Yeah, great night for a matchup between these two clubs. Long-standing history of a rivalry between the two. Several players of note in and amongst both lineups that will be a factor in tonight's game for sure. We've got a lot of St. Clair College former players that will be as part of both lineups, but also some great athletes that have moved on to baseball at the semi-professional level and even into the U.S. So I think the rain will stay away enough to allow these two teams to get underway for sure. But as it always happens with senior baseball in the area, we've got a patchwork lineup as they put things together, but they are proud young men, and they'll certainly put on a show for us tonight.
And we'll see which team's able to star through tonight or whether the Thunder will strike when it comes to scoring. The Windsor Stars lineup looks like this for today. Noah Riddle will start in the lineup for Windsor. Starting alongside him will be Lucas DeLuca. Then it's Carter Ray. He'll start alongside Mitch Hudvegner, then Colin Robinson, Matt Deneau, Stephen Adam, Jacob Persa, and Jeremy Orden. Your starting pitcher is someone that is put a star next to, we'll touch upon later on, from Tecumseh, from Windsor starter. The Thunder, meanwhile, coming off some throwing baseball just over the past weekend, taking on the Selects, and proceeding to win in a 10-inning ball game, where the bats came alive, and also seen a 3-run home run from Dan Workington on the way to victory. They look to find a bit of a spark for the whole season. That's been the main talking point for Tecumseh's bats, has been trying to get them woken up. Windsor's bats, they're looking to try and get consistency as they've had many players miss time due to real-world commitments and work commitments throughout the season and or school commitments. Now taking to the mound for the Tecumseh Thunder tonight, Taylor Pappin. Pappin, the third man in the rotation for the Tecumseh Thunder. As per the words of Jamie Kell tonight, you will, in the first few innings, know if he is on or not for tonight's ball game. And he expects it, with it being a rivalry game, for Pappin to be on.
Pappin's no stranger to senior baseball, obviously. Again, one of those players is a product of St. Clair College. I think he originally hails from the Brantford area, but is making home in Windsor, and certainly is an experienced left-handed arm. Crafty lefty, as they always say about the left-handed pitchers, but if he commands his zone, he has the movement on his ball that will definitely make it trouble for some of the Stars batters. But as to your point, Justin, if he's able to command the zone, and knowing full well that is not an easy thing to do, we'll see how he fares in the early going.
So both teams just about ready to start things off for today's ball game. Again, glad to have you with us from the town of Tecumseh. So we get set at Burt Lacoste Park, the home to Baseball Canada Nationals, later on in the summertime. Just finishing up the warm-ups before we get to our opening pitch here from the Rose City. Of note, a lot of these players having busy times. We'll see if the busy times start from the plate here in this one. Happy to have you with us as Noah Reynolds will start things off, the right fielder for the Windsor Stars. We're in position to begin this ball game.
Noah spent a little time with the University of Windsor's club over there, and definitely another experienced ball player in the lineup.
First pitch starts with contact down the right field line, but foul. Just drifting past Cam Goddard.
We'll see if that's a sign of things to come here with the Stars being aggressive, especially early in the count. First pitch of the ball game, usually just to get me over fastball, but Reno swinging away.
So 0-1 the count. This one whiffed to the back screen. 0-2, already a pitcher's count here.
We'll see how Pappen comes back here with this count. Probably doesn't want to be anywhere close over the heart of the plate. We'll see if he nibbles or if he goes after him.
The 0-2 from Pappen. Off speed, gets strike 3. And a strikeout to start for Noah Renaud.
Have to like that, 3 pitches. Get your first batter. Good movement on that off-speed pitch, especially against the right-handed batter. Was able to get across the zone well. We'll see how he does against the lefty.
So up to the point this time. This is Lucas DeLuca. And he's been working on his Masters, just his 3rd game this season for the Stars. Starts off speed, first ball. That one taken 1-0. Starting fastball for the second pitch. That one missing the bottom corner, 2-0. The first hitter's count of the ball game. DeLuca normally wearing number 7, switching to 13 for today. Experience at Eastern Illinois University in Division I collegiate play. Off speed, this one bounces back for a strike, 2-1.
Definitely some courage there from Pappen with a 2-0 count coming with the off-speed pitch, but good to see him with that command early.
The 2-1. This one skied up and sailing into the grandstands. That one goes. And that will take a bounce nearly to the street, 2-2.
Good battle back here from Pappen. This definitely switched things around from a 2-0 count. Now he has DeLuca on the ropes here.
The 2-2. Tries to go off speed for the corner, missing to the dirt. 3-2. Former Saint Carter Ray on deck. Pappen, the full count. This one slapped to second, point by Anderson. Throw to Goddard at first, gets the second out.
Anderson able to stay back just enough on that, what looked like a routine ball, but that ball does catch the collar of the infield, so you don't know how far that's going to bounce over his head, but made the play fairly easily with the fast-running DeLuca.
That brings up Carter Ray. Carter Ray, lots of experience with the St. Clair Saints in the past. Starts off with a strike for his count, 1-0. So far, this season with the Stars, Ray 16 games played in, heading about .465 for Windsor. The 1-0. This one, seeing 1-1. 1-1 is the count.
Fairly good sweeping movement on the off-speed pitches from Pappen, and should keep the Stars a little at bay.
1-1. Ray, high drive to left field, but straight at the left fielder. Played by Romancia, and the side is retired. No hits, no runs, no errors. Top of the first goes quickly. Just like that, strikeout, ground out and a flyout. So the Thunder will come to the plate for the first time here today as they set up for the bottom of the first inning. And they did make a lineup change, as alluded to, about 3 minutes before the start of the ball game. Eric Cunningham, who is their normal catcher, was not at the ballpark. In fact, he was expected to be late for the game. This was the original lineup card, where Workington was set to be second, then Barker, Lamantia, Goddard, Duncan, Kibble, Olivia, and Persa. However, they did pencil Cunningham to second spot underneath Anderson after Cunningham arrived early from his shift at work at the hospitals in Windsor, Essex County. He was originally not supposed to leave work until 6:55, not be here until the second inning. And now he'll be one of the first to take on the number one starter for the Windsor Stars. Kanami Bailey is the starter to keep an eye on, known for his good slider here in this one, Ted.
Yeah, definitely a hard-throwing right-hander, which sets him up for his off-speed or breaking pitches. And I'm just watching him warm up here, and he's got a lot of tail, a lot of movement on that, even on that fastball. So he can work the ball in and out, and obviously he can bring the heat. So that'll allow the Thunder players to have to stay back in the box. I was talking with Jamie Kell, the Tecumseh manager, prior to the game, and he thought it'd be a daunting task facing this arm tonight. And what better way to get ready for the Nationals by facing such a strong arm?
It was penciled in as a true test indeed for said Nationals by the Thunder. And we'll see how it works out here today. Now, just about set to go for this bottom of the first inning. Leading things off today is the second baseman, already with the play in the field today, Josh Anderson. Anderson, a former St. Clair Saint.
Originally from Ajax, Ontario. An accomplished youth player, and certainly welcome to the St. Clair College lineup.
Starts fastball, but called ball. 1-0 to start. Bailey, the 1-0. Goes back to the fastball. That one misses the side of the plate. 2-0.
We'll see if Josh looks for a strike before he starts swinging. Could be a good opportunity here, though, if he chooses to move the bat.
Goes off speed. There's that slide as he gets the first strike. 2-1 is the count.
Good play by the leadoff man, though. Let's take till you get a strike so we can see more pitches.
Going way off speed on it. Upstairs, 3-1. Bailey.
Good at bat by Anderson so far.
He's going fast for this attack. 3-1. That one called a strike. 3-2, a full count.
Bailey going to make Anderson a hitter here. We'll see how this works out on the full count.
Signal in. 3-2. Goes fastball, and that's going to be a walk.
Not missing by much, but clearly not well enough for the home plate umpire, Thompson, to force a swing from Anderson.
Now before today for Bailey, 22 strikeouts, 12 walks in 5 games appeared in. ERA of 1.9. Now Dan Workington, 3-run home run this past weekend, moved to full-time shortstop during the season. Should I say Cunningham? This one goes to backstop, and that allows Anderson to move up. So Eric Cunningham with one in scoring position here now.
A lot going on in the diamond in this situation, and certainly when you've got a strong arm on the mound, you've got a lot of responsibility from the catching position to be able to field that ball and keep it in front of him. But obviously there's no more small ball in play a little bit here, and we'll see how they move him in scoring position.
Cunningham, solid contact, but to Ray at second. And looks like Cunningham reaching down there, slowed down for the first out.
Definitely got it off the handle with Cunningham. weak ground to the right side. It's not great contact for him, but obviously he's feeling a little bit already. Slow back to the dugout. Does move the runner from second to third. So works just as well as a sacrifice in this situation, and moving that runner into scoring position even closer, 90 feet away now before a run can. And he can score in many different ways. We see the Stars moving all over the diamond. They're going to try and pinch here and shorten up. And any ground ball that's on the grass here could be a play at the plate.
Now up at the plate, swing and missing to start, Dan Workington. Starting off with an 0-1 count. And he was the one referring to a 3-run home run. Switched to full-time shortstop this season. Seen some good pop from his bat this year.
Workington's a strong player from the local area. Had the good fortune of coaching him as a minor baseball player in Riverside. Great kid and an even better ball player.
1-1 is the count. Runner at third, 1 out, bottom of the first inning. Workington watches the fastball, missed the corner, 2-1.
Good take by Workington there.
No shifts from the outfield or in the infield you've seen there. 2-1. Slap foul, 2-2.
Outfield's fairly straight up but deep. A lot of respect for Workington's power. So anything that would be just over the head of the normal depth for the infielders will be a tough play for the outfielders coming in.
A 2-2. Tries to go upstairs with it. Misses, 3-2.
Thunder batters staying disciplined in the box. Those pitches aren't missing by much, but they're able to kind of take it and then look for a better pitch after that.
On deck is Barker. Signal in. The 3-2. Went off speed, straight to the shortstop, and a run down for home. Back and forth they go. On Wagner and Robinson wants to run through as it's a tag regardless. That allows Workington to get all the way to second in that sequence, but it's still 2 outs.
Yeah, unfortunately, Anderson took a little bit too much. It was not a go-on contact play, but did take too much of a lead-off third on that ground ball and left himself a little high and dry. Created the rundown situation. Workington smartly did take the extra base, so he's back in scoring position. At least sets the table for the next Thunder batter to see if we can get a run around.
That brings up to the plate Ross Barker. Off speed to start, in for a strike, 0-1.
Bailey has been missing a little bit high on the previous batters, but they're a little shorter than this young man. Mr. Barker's a little taller. That zone stretches a little higher now.
Still the runner at second. 2 outs for the 0-1. Swings through it, 0-2. And right now, Workington trying to get a solid lead from second. Barker readies up, swings through it, strike 3.
Stars gamble pays off there by pinching the infield with Anderson on third, was able to come out unscathed, and as Bailey works through that inning.
So no hits, no runs, 1 left on, no errors. Your score after 1, 0-0 between the Stars and Thunder. But he was also an All-American, second team in time to right. Forward back line this time. Gets across the original line of scrimmage. Tackle just shy of the first down.
Burrell looks for a spot. Burrell shoots it and scores on the near side.
One mistake, ends up booking a trip to the prairies.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh, Ontario. More coverage between the Stars and Thunder here in the city and town of Tecumseh. The Thunder so far keeping things scoreless, same for the Stars. Ted, your thoughts so far in this one?
It's pretty tight. I mean, obviously, teams are still feeling each other out. You got a couple strong pitchers throwing in this matchup, and we'll see how far they can take it in terms of their pitch count and their strength throughout the game. Might be more of a scratch and claw type of affair after one, at least it's showing itself to be. And we'll see if the pitchers tire at all and leave some opportunities for the batters to come around. Not a great night here in Tecumseh in terms of the weather, but this park has been renovated and is really a fantastic spot. And I think people are worried about the rain, so they're kind of staying away. But we'll see how it fills up after a couple innings.
So it'll be Mitch Hudvainer who will lead things off, then Colin Robinson, Matt Deneau. Off speed to start things off from Papin, and at the plate is Mitch Hudvainer, one of the two for this squad on the team. The 0-1. Watches one in the dirt. Checked over to the umpire at first, caught a ball, 1-1. Mitch, one of the two brothers with him and Josh. Josh known for playing for St. Clair and its Saints. For Mitch, he played for Madonna University, originally from Cottam. Starts off high ball, but to center. Tracked down by the shortstop, Warkentin, for the first out.
Mr. Warkentin getting a little greedy, getting over on the second base side or the first base side of second, and love to see your infielders being aggressive, getting after the ball. Strong swing, but you've got Papin really keeping these hitters off balance with some good, strong off-speed pitches that are catching part of the plate.
Now up at the plate, this is Colin Robinson. Starts off with one in the zone, 0-1. Taking a look at Roberto Duncan, set up at third base. Lots of experience with St. Clair's coaching staff. One of the former Saints at the plate. Making contact, foul. 0-2 is the count.
Robinson a little ahead of that one, getting it off the end of the bat with a swing. We'll see if he can get his timing a little better here, but you got to give credit to Papin. He's got them off balance at this point.
0-2 is the count. One out, top of the second. This one skied foul, back at the meshing for the backstop again. 0-2, still your count.
Robinson definitely one of the stronger bats, especially from the right side of the plate, that's ever come through St. Clair College's program.
Speaking of it, able to get aboard with the base knock. So Robinson with the first base hit of the ball game with one up the middle.
Almost made it look too easy there, just taking it back up the box. It's a good piece of hitting. I don't think Robinson will be a threat to steal. We have a decent move from Papin, the lefty. And we'll have to move him with the bat likely here.
So Matt Deneau up to the plate. And he just graduated in the past few days from police college, in fact. From Maidstone, Ontario. Starting off speed for him, 1-0. Just his third game as well for the Windsor Stars this season, with him focusing on completing his education to become a police officer. 1-0. That one called strike, 1-1.
Papin's surprised using the slide step there. Again, I don't know if Robinson's going to be much of a threat to go, but maybe he's just keeping himself in the habit of holding runners at first with a slide step. Sometimes you see that has an effect on how they can command the zone with the slide step as an added bonus.
1-1, swings through it, 1-2. Deneau, previously collegiate experience at Madonna University as well. One of, in fact, 4 different players who are here tonight who played at that same university for the Stars. Foul back to the screen, 1-2 still.
Some police forces really going to benefit from the size and strength of this young man. He's a really good athlete and obviously is an accomplished player in local baseball circles for sure.
1-2. Goes upstairs with it, missing, 2-2.
We'll see if that was a calculated miss on his part. Sometimes you just change the eye level, see if you can keep the hitter off balance. We'll see where he comes back with his location here.
Off speed, tried to get the top of the zone, missed it. 3-2. On deck is the former MLB draft pick, Steven Adam. The 3-2. Called strike 3. And Deneau is sat down on strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the second inning.
Papin definitely has to be happy with that call. Definitely got the black on that one. But works himself to 2 outs here in a good situation, lefty-lefty.
Now, up at the plate, Steven Adam swings through it to start. 0-1. Now, Adam, originally back in 2011, got drafted by the Milwaukee Brewers after being with the University of Maine. The lefty-lefty watches that one, 1-1. So far for the Stars in their games so far this season, just 170 at the plate, though, with 3 doubles. The 0-1. Swings through it, 0-2. And that allows an advance by Robinson as that rolls to the backstop. So just like that, Ted, one in scoring position, 1-2 the count.
Yep, Robinson obviously benefited from a pass ball there. I'm not sure who was moving slower, the runner going from first to second or the catcher to the backstop, but in scoring position nonetheless.
1-2. Fastball missing up high. 2-2.
We've seen any pitch, any time from Papin, so we'll see what his mix is at this point against this batter that's deep in the lineup.
The 2-2. Off speed down the heart of the plate for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. Retires the top of the second inning. So 1 hit in the inning, 1 left on. No runs and no errors. As we head to the bottom of the second inning, still no score here in Windsor in Tecumseh. So far, so very tight the ball game through an inning and a half of play here, Ted. Both pitchers starting off very solid. We'll see what Bailey does now in the middle of the order here for the bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, Bailey scuffled a little bit in the first, but was able to kind of come back and make the pitches at the right times to get out of the inning with no runs across. So we'll see how he fares here. I probably think, based on his arm strength, he's probably going to get better as the game goes on. So Tecumseh's definitely going to have to make, or at least take advantage of any opportunity early in the game.
Take a look at some of the fans as they watch, some choosing to watch from the safety of their cars and or the parking lot. This facility still in the midst of some of its final renovations before its official grand opening in mid-August. So far, it's looked like a beauty of one. Paul LaMentia starts things off as the leadoff this inning, by the way. Cam Goddard, Roberto Duncan be the order. The cleanup, the 6 and 7 hitters due up. This is Paul LaMentia. And Paul, originally from Wayne State University, the Tecumseh native, also with experience in the ICBL with the London Majors. Starts off speed in for a strike, 0-1.
LaMancha, very strong baseball family, good batter in the plate. There's a reason why he played semi-professionally.
Starts now to slide it away, but too far, 1-1. 1-1 is the count. Tries to aim for a similar spot, missing, 2-1.
Again, not missing by much. Thunder players staying disciplined in the box.
2-1. That one trying to bounce back inside, missed, 3-1.
Another good at-bat by one of the Thunder hitters, forcing Bailey to come inside that shoebox.
The 3-1. Swings through it. Nearly knocked him off his feet. Full count, 3-2.
Hard slider. We'll see what he comes back with here.
And that one dribbled back to the brick. Stays 3-2.
Good battle here.
On deck, Cam Goddard. The payoff pitch. Bounces in the dirt. And for the second time, a Thunder player is walked aboard.
Yeah, Bailey's a little bit upset with himself there. I think he knew he had a better opportunity there to get that batter. Just a little trouble with his release point and skipping it into the catcher on that play.
So on that note, that's going to bring up Goddard. Goddard, the third baseman. Play a bit of outfield, a bit of DH, a bit of first base. Went to Janice College. This one slapped over to short for the double play. Hold on. There it is for the out.
LaMancha with not much of a secondary on that play, but it didn't matter. He had to hold to see if that ball was going to be caught in the air by the shortstop. And once it skipped, there wasn't much opportunity there for either Thunder player to reach base. Again, strong offering from Bailey on that, making the lefty go the other direction, not with great contact. And that's what you want. You want to get your fielders involved with not good contact.
That brings up Roberto Duncan. starts in the zone, 0-1. And this is a player you're very familiar with, Ted, from St. Clair.
Yeah, definitely. He's had some time in the Red Sox system as a youth out of Panama. And so he's seen baseball at a high level. He's been active on and off in the last few years with playing, and saw an opportunity to kind of get involved here with the Thunder organization again.
And right now watching things, 2 straight balls, it's 2-1 the count. Duncan, last time we were on the air, provided some solid hitting for extra bases a couple times. That one in the dirt, 3-1.
See if Duncan's looking to swing on a 3-1 count here, or make him, see another strike before he gets active in the box.
The 3-1. Swings through it, over top it, 3-2.
Tough pitch to be aggressive on. That was moving down in the zone. Well, he got his warm-up in, though. We'll see how Duncan fares on this 3-2 offering.
2 out, bottom of the second, the 3-2 pitch from Bailey. And around, but to the backstop. Duncan tries to make the run to first, but called out, and that ends the inning.
Tough pitch. I don't know if Duncan thought it was past the catcher immediately. May have made that interesting at first, but I don't think it mattered. We'll see how we do in the third.
So no runs, no hits, no errors. 2 innings down. Your score after 2, 0-0. But he was also an All-American, second team. And this time to right. Forward back line this time. Gets across the original line of scrimmage. Tackled just shy of the first down.
Burrell looks for a spot. Burrell shoots it and scores on the near side.
One mistake, and up booking a trip to the prairies.
Welcome back to Tecumseh as we continue our coverage of tonight's action. So far, no score. Just 1 combined hit so far, Ted. It's maintained to be a tight one. It's remained to be a pitcher's game so far. Only Colin Robinson on the hit chart.
Yeah, just one of those things. You got a couple good pitchers going at it. We'll see how the hitters loosen up as the game progresses. It's a difficult task for a starting pitcher to take it all the way to the finish line, and so obviously there's a tiring aspect. Does a little come off their movement, does a little come off their fastball, and then obviously does it open the door, or do they give more bases because they can't command the zone? So we'll see how it works, but they generally look pretty good here, pretty strong, and the hitters seem a little bit overmatched.
So when we get going here in the next moment or so, Jacob Urza, Jeremy Orden, Noah Renaud due up, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, respectively, for the Windsor Stars. Ready to go with Jacob Urza to lead things off here. 16 games played for the Stars this season, hitting about .333. 15 for 45 for his at-bats. Starts with a strike, 0-1 from Papin. Urza from the University of Windsor, previously for his collegiate play. Trying to go fastball up top, missing, 1-1. The 1-1. Pop tie and hit foul. 1-2. Setting things up, Pappin, the 1-2. This one skied up again. And again, hit foul on top of the new metal roof that replaces the wood seats, grandstands, and roofing. It's part of the new renovations here, new brick-laid setups, as we say hello once again to you in the booth. 1-2. That one just missed the outside of the plate. 2-2. Trying to aim the bottom of the zone, missing below the knees. 3-2.
We'll see if that's another setup pitch at 2-2 to work into this full count.
Payoff pitch for this count. Up high, walked. Person now aboard.
Good at bat there.
Off walk.
Worked Pappin deep into the count, and then he wasn't able to deliver on that 3-2 offering. A little discussion here between the batter and the plate umpire.
Zach's going to bring Jeremy Orden up. Looks like just adjusting lineup card center field for Orton.
Looked to be a lineup situation, but I'm not exactly sure what the discussion was about, but we have it in play now.
Orden played for another one of those from Medina University as well. He played with the Windsor Lancers previous. Up high, 1-0.
Stars definitely feel like they've got a base runner here that they can move. We'll see if they're working a decoy here just to give the batter a bigger chance at the plate, or indeed they are trying to move him.
Solid lead at first, 1-0. Runner doesn't go, but a strike called, 1-1.
Pappin really hasn't lost much with that slide step. Keeping the ball low, at least with the runners on base.
Pappin checking. Runner goes. The hit and run. Contact to center. Tracked down by Barker. And that will force the chase back to first.
Definitely moving on that pitch. Pappin did his level best to freeze the runner. Held himself in check there. Tried to see if he gets some jelly legs from the runner at first. Did not matter because it was a deep fly to center field. Out retired easily by Barker.
That brings the top of the lineup back. Noah Renaud to the lineup. To the plate yet again. Hard contact right field. Foul. Renaud last time up at the plate struck out.
First pitch swinging again from their leadoff hitter. And again with a similar result because he had contact to the right side kind of late. Again, probably maximizing his opportunities, wants to get as many opportunities to swing the bat.
Again, 0-1 is your count. No one. Hard contact again. This time, base hit. And the Stars have a couple hits now in the repertoire. This time it's Renaud. So 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning. And runners at 1st and 2nd.
Good piece of hitting there. Taking the ball back up the box into center field. Game looks fairly easy when you make it look easy, but it's a very difficult thing to do is hit that round ball with a round bat square.
Now at the plate, Lucas DeLuca. Last time up, a 4-3 ground out for DeLuca. And a sizable lead yet again from Jacob Perza. In the dirt, 2-0 is your count.
Good job by Pappen digging himself a bit of a hole, but he said to himself, that's the wrong ball. I got to switch that out. We'll see if that makes a difference here.
So again, 2-0 the count for DeLuca. Trying to go fastball missing. 3-0.
Not holding at first base. Going to be very difficult, even with the ground ball, to double anybody off here.
Bounce back with a strike, though, at least. 3-1. Make it 3-2 as that goes to the meshing.
Good battle back for Pappen here. Now he has an opportunity to see how he can get an out. If he gets some weak contact, there are opportunities for a situational double play.
On deck, Carter Ray. The 3-2 for DeLuca. Trying to hit the top off speed. Went over top, and now the bases are loaded.
Well, Pappen living on the edge there. Any pitch, any time. Went with the sweeping breaking pitch with a full count, but obviously has some courage as it relates to when he'll throw any one of his different pitches.
Carter Ray starts off by swinging to the mesh again. 0-1.
So we have the corners slightly in for the infield. First baseman's a little bit tighter than Duncan at third, but at the same time, there'll be options whichever way the ball takes them in terms of either coming home or working around the diamond for a double play.
0-1. Solid contact down the third base line for a base hit. Ray tries to stretch it to a double. 2 runs come in to score as Ray does stretch it to second, and the Stars are on the board. It's 2-0.
Good piece of hitting there. Obviously was able to get that ball turned around and pulled down the line past the outstretched glove of Duncan. Key hit by Ray in that situation. Depending on how Bailey is going in this game, could see how important those 2 runs are. Visit by Kell, the manager from Tecumseh, to the mound. Going to bring in all the infield. This is baseball's version of a timeout. We're going to have a committee meeting at the mound. They are literally waiting for the plate umpire to mosey out to the mound and break it up. They're going to beat him to the punch, though.
And mind you, the pen's not even up yet, it appears. The Stars' pen is at least getting prepared just in case on a stretch and toss. But now it's Mitch Hudvagner who's up at the plate.
So now we'll see the full windup here from Pappen with runners at second and third in the infield tight.
More hard contact. This one a base hit to right field. Another run comes in to score. Runners at the corners. And that is now the 4th straight runner to get aboard. Either base hit or walk. 5 different base hitters this inning. 3 runs already coming home to score.
Papin let that first ball get up a little high in the zone, and it was turned around nicely. Again, easily past the pulled-in infield. It hit so sharply to right field that there was an opportunity to score that runner from second. But I think the Stars are playing for more here.
This one skied foul to start this count, 0-1. Up at the plate, Colin Robinson, the game's first hitter. Runners at first and third, 1 out still. Going in, and did that clip him?
It did. Robinson, brave, knowing it's an off-speed pitch, felt like he could allow that just to graze his left arm. Works his way on a base. It was a ploy that I once, enacted as a youth player. Any way to get on base helps the team.
And now, with that, the bases are loaded. We've gone just about the whole way to the order this inning. Deneau up at the plate. Deneau hits this one towards center. Called on by Anderson, gets the catch. And now that will bring up the 9th hitter this inning with 2 outs. Stephen Adam.
Again, Workington had no problem getting over into the center fielder's area there. You would have liked to see the center fielder come in on that, make that play, but out is retired either way.
So Papin in trouble here. Stephen Adam now looks to get to work to keep the inning rolling. Swings through it. 0-1.
It might be the 4th batter in a row that's swinging first pitch. So clearly there's a thought in the Stars dugout that they should get active early.
Off speed to the dirt. 1-1. Now last time Adam went up to the plate, he ended the 2nd inning with the strikeout. That one trying to go higher speed with it inside. 2-1. The 2-1. Swings underneath that one. 2-2.
An important pitch for Papin in that situation. This is a long inning. He's probably trying to get back in the dugout at this point. His pitch count is clearly a factor in his decisions, and so obviously he wants to work as quickly as he can, as efficiently as he can.
And a strikeout ends the top of the 3rd, but not without its damage. So in the end, 3 runs, 3 hits, 3 left on. No errors. And so far, that score, flip it to 3-0 for Windsor.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh, where so far, after starting off as a pitcher's duel, the Windsor Stars have erupted at the plate. And now, the Tecumseh Thunder, who have talked for weeks about their bats being cold here, look to warm them up. But the 8, 9, and 1 hitters up at the plate here, Ted, they need the offense to speed up and quickly.
Yeah, obviously this is don't want to get too far behind with innings to go, but one thing that does work against a pitcher that's sitting in a dugout watching his team and enjoying them scoring for him is ultimately he's sitting there getting cold, and so that warm-up between innings was a little bit tough for Bailey, I thought. He kind of shaking out the cobwebs a little bit, and we'll see if the Thunder batters can take advantage of that, as you know, they are deep in their lineup as they wrap it around to the top.
Russell Olivier is the one at the plate with a 1-1 count. He'll lead things off. Patrick Kibble, Josh Anderson, the order. It's that one watched, 2-1. Again, Olivier, the one at the plate here. Olivier had an experience with the South African national team, in fact. So that one goes back to the screen.
South African national team.
Yep.
Not everybody can say they got that on their resume, that is for sure.
Now we'll have a 2-2 count here. Bailey told to take a breath. And he responds with a strikeout. That's his second straight.
Bailey had to feel good, but that was a filthy pitch. Looked like it was working in and then came right over the heart of the plate. Must have caught him flat-footed for sure.
So that brings up one of the players that was talked a lot by Jamie Kill to keep an eye on tonight, Patrick Kibble. He starts off with a strike to his count, 0-1. Now Kibble, expected to be one of the better bats for the rest of the season for this team, known as a steady presence for Tecumseh. That one cleans off some of the work. That's back, 1-1.
About 55 feet, I think it made it, but a little too much movement. Kibble is a product of being in the lineup, being a steady presence because of his ability to be a Swiss Army knife on defense, and so he can keep himself in the lineup wherever, and obviously more at-bats means more opportunities to hit.
That one bounces to him. 2-1 is your count. Two, 1. Swings and reaches, 2-2.
Aggressive swing by Kibble on that pitch. We'll see if he shortens up here with 2 strikes.
The 2-2. Trying to hit the bottom of the zone, missed it, 3-2.
Notice an extra pause there from Bailey as he worked through the full windup. Probably trying to mess with some timing.
Full count, called, strike 3.
Nice pitch over the outer half, outer edge, I should say. Tailing movement coming back in, but it just caught the edge.
That's now 3 consecutive strikeouts for Bailey. And Tecumseh will now head to the top of the lineup card with Josh Anderson. This one dribbled down the third base line, a close play at first. Bounces his way from Robinson. Anderson moves his way to second and advances after that one rolls past first.
High chopper there. Difficult play for the third baseman to come in and make that. He might have been well served to see if that was going to go foul, but probably didn't think it was, so made that quick throw. Probably didn't even have a good chance at him with a good throw, and obviously gives up the extra base on the throwing error.
So a hit and an error goes on the board there. Error pops up there. So that brings up Cunningham. Starts off with a strike to his count, 0-1. Started things off with a ground ball in the first inning.
Billy has one.
0-1. Hit off the side of the mound, but played over to Robinson at first to end the inning. So in the end, one hit, one error, one left on, but no scoring from the Thunder in response. 3-0 Stars after 3. So we get ready for the top of the fourth inning in the next couple moments here so far. Ted, your thoughts on this one?
Well, when you've got a strong pitcher with Bailey with the Stars, clearly you've got to take advantage of your opportunities. And so I haven't quite seen the ability of the Thunder to wave the wand in a way with runners in scoring position to threaten Bailey. But we'll see how the game progresses. A lot of confidence being shown, obviously, not the quick hook that you'll see, again, with senior baseball in the area. You're going to give your starting pitcher every opportunity. They're going to pile up the innings. Not that there's not a lot of depth that they can't go to in the bullpen, but at the same time, they're going to want to show him some confidence and say, we're going to work you back into this one and see how things progress over the next few innings before we get you out of the game and get somebody else in.
So let's find out how this is going to go now. 9 players went up to the plate last inning for Windsor. It will be Persa, Orderden, and then Renaud in due order for this fourth inning of play. Looks like we're just about set to go, just waiting for the coaches to get in full position here. Mind you, the Windsor Stars themselves 10-8 on the year. Talked about some of the roster turnover coming off. Matchup against the Selects on the 5th. But in the end, the Stars won 7-4. 9 hits apiece in that ball game.
I was talking to the manager from the Stars before the game about that win over the Selects. They had lost 3 in a row to the Selects, and that's that Windsor rivalry on the west side of the city. They work out of the same complex over there at Micmac Park, and so the Young Bucks from the Selects have had their number the last few games, so it was nice, as he said, you got the monkey off their back a little bit. So, and obviously those are confidence builders. If you can beat a good ball club, gives you a better outlook on the one in front of you. And again, sets us up for tonight, and I think they're starting to build some momentum, which is what these teams are going to be trying to do over the next month as they lead into the Ontario eliminations and obviously preparing for the Nationals.
So just about set to start the top of the inning. Jacob Purcell returns back to the plate after being walked aboard last inning. Starts off, fastball upstairs, 1-0. 1-0 is the count.
Catcher Cunningham working out his arm a little bit, making sure the center fielder was covering.
Signal to Papin, 1-0. Fastball hit down to center field, base hit. Purse is aboard for a second time today, first via hit. And already the Stars with 5 hits in the first 3+ innings of work.
Well, Hopefully Pappen can work for a ground ball in this situation, help his cause. You're going to see the middle infield kind of pinch a little bit for double play depth. It looks like that runner wants to move.
Orden has to move off the plate a bit to start off this count. He flew out to center field last time up in the third. One and 0, hard contact. This one back towards Anderson again, but he does track it down all the way in left center field to get the first out of the inning.
Nice play by Workington. Again, he's very active, and he uses athletic ability to kind of track that into the deeper part of the infield and certainly into outfielder territory. But a big out for Pappen as he tries to work efficiently here through this inning.
Noah Renaud making his way to the plate here. And they called a balk. And all Pappen can do is stare. First balk of the ball game.
Yeah, not the most common of plays or calls in the game, especially at this level, but must have been some shifting there with his glove, and in the umpire's discretion found that was deceiving the runner.
Bounces back with the fastball now with runner at second. 0-1. Runner at second, 1 out. 0-1 the count. Make it 1-1.
We'll see how Pappen pitches, a little perturbed because of recent developments, but it's been my experience that he has pitched a little better with an edge.
Off speed again, missing inside, 2-1. Trying to go fastball, hit the dirt, 3-1. On deck, Lucas DeLuca. Solid contact, right field. And chase to the corner. That bounces foul and knocks over a little bit of fence work outside the ballpark.
Kind of a slashing motion with the way he attacks the baseball through the zone, and oftentimes that's taking it to the weak side as it's put for baseball, but at the same time he's doing it with a degree of effectiveness for sure.
Runner at second, 1 out, full count, 3-2. And he walked him. Another walk, and that's going to put runners now at first and second with 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Lucas DeLuca now come up to the plate with a prime opportunity to blow this game wide open. Starts off with a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Into the dirt, 1-1. Hogan last time walked aboard. Still looking for his first hit. Off speed, in for a strike, 1-2. Strong contact to right field. Chased down by Kibble for the second out.
Swiss Army knife made a nice play coming in on that ball. Not quite deep enough to move the runner from second to third on the tag option, but certainly a strong play by the right fielder to come in tight enough to make that play. 2 outs now, and it's an important out for Papin. He's gotten a couple fly ball outs, and let's see if he can. Haven't seen a lot of ground ball outs. Might be a product of the ball moving high in the zone only.
So Carter Ray coming off a 2 base knock and an RBI play last time. Starts off watching 1-0. Now a check over to first, caught out. Renault tagged out on a check over to first. And the side is retired just like that. 1 hit. Runners left aboard there.
Great weapon from that catching position with Cunningham making that snap throw to first. Caught the runner at first a little bit napping. Does a great job getting his pitcher out of the inning.
3-0 your score here in Tecumseh. 1 hit, no runs, and no errors while 1 left aboard. So we head to the bottom of the 4th inning.
Windsor Stars in the top of the 4th, no runs on 1 hit. There was no errors and 1 run left aboard. Move to the bottom of the 4th. Windsor Stars 3.
And so to the bottom of the 4th we go. Bailey stays in. We've seen other relievers warm up just in case here. But he's got himself a solid buffer now. So we're just about midway through this ball game here, Ted.
And again, getting a little more comfortable as the innings move forward in this game. Either gaining confidence, gaining steam, but that strong arm hasn't wilted yet, and I think I've seen a little bit better ability for him to command the zone too. Learning how the Thunder's hitters might be in a position not to make contact, and he's worked it very well to this point. I would say that if you're the Windsor Stars, you're feeling pretty good about yourself, but obviously a clean sheet over the next 1 or 2 innings would put some greater distance in this game.
So it'll be Dan Warkington, Ross Barker, Paul Laventia, who will come up, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in off this inning for Tecumseh. So each of those yet to get a hit, but at least Laventia has been aboard with a walk. Warkington up to the plate. Fielder's choice last time out. That got him all the way to second. Solid contact, left center field. All the way to the track, the wall, goodbye, home run. Dan Warkington slaps 1 to left center field. Tecumseh's on the board, it's 3-1.
Working to put that big frame to use on that one. Looked like a deep fly that either the left or center fielder was tracking, but just continued to carry, and then they ran out of room.
And just not much you can do when, of course, over the fence, but there's that power that was touched upon by Jamie Kell. They've been impressed by how he's been able to play this season with the change to shortstop. Now he gets the job done at the plate. But now, up at the plate is Barker. Starts off with a walked ball for a 1-0.
Well, I'm surprised they were worried about the switch to shortstop for him. He actually played a lot of shortstop for me when he was a youth player, so I think he played a little second base with his college ball, and maybe with the St. Clair Green Giants too, but still very, very athletic enough to handle, at this level anyways, in this league, the shortstop position. So I would imagine he's a comfortable batter at this point too, especially after that deep fly.
Down in the dirt, already 3 straight balls, already to 4. And Ross Barker quickly taking a walk after 4 straight balls at the plate.
And a good mound visit by Coach Smith here. I think you get rattled as a pitcher. You see a ball go over the fence, and he worked a little quickly there in the last batter, and then he gives up the base runner quickly with the walk. So you're dealing with, want to slow things down, come back to basics, know full well that they've got no one working in the pen. He's reassuring him that he's the guy. A little pat on the rear usually solves all the problems for the pitcher.
So, with Tecumseh starting to get the bats rolling here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Paul Laventia now gets ready to come to the plate. A walk last time up. And a check over to first, called safe. First pitch of the count, called a strike, 0-1 on the fastball. Check over to first again, called save. The 0-1 runner at first. Down the right field line, in for at least a base hit. Stretching the 2 is Laventia. Runner stops at third as it is a slide-in double for Paul Laventia.
Nice piece of hitting from Lamantia going the other way down the line. Again, slashing action, letting the pitcher do all the work. Come through late in the zone, you can still take the ball the other way with effectiveness, and he did that. Barker moving well from first to third on the play. And Tecumseh is cooking.
And now with a prime scoring opportunity, it's Cam Goddard. Goddard, last time up, hit into a double play. Grounded over to second, played by Ray, throw to Robinson, and no runners advance there, first out.
Yeah, not enough on that ground ball to move runners. Right idea going to the right side. Infield was half pulled in. I wouldn't say they were all the way pulled in, but they were letting the ball dictate whether or not they were going to be taking the out at first or having to cut down the runner moving from third to home.
So all this brings up Roberto Duncan. He struck out to end the 2nd inning last time up. This time slaps one to DeLuca at short. Runner comes in to score. So a 6-3 ground out and an RBI gets Tecumseh within 1.
And the Stars had that luxury with the lead and didn't have the infield all the way pulled in. And had they had them all the way pulled in, they could have cut down that runner at home, but chose to play back and take away the hit a little bit.
So at the plate here is Olivier. Starts off speed missing, 1-0. One and 0 is the count. This one slapped to second, played by Ray. Throw to Robinson, will end the side. So the Tecumseh Thunder get themselves back within range, scoring 2 runs and getting themselves their first pieces of major contact, 2 hits in the inning. Your score 3-2 here in Tecumseh.
Tecumseh in the bottom of the fourth, we get 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors and 2 runners off the board. Into the top of the fifth, Windsor Stars 3, Tecumseh Thunder 2.
So the Tecumseh Stars now come back up with the pressure already on for Papin. He stays in the ball game here. And so far we've seen the offense really wake up in spurts. Now we'll see if Papin's able to keep things held together for at least another inning.
Looks like he's going to take a little extra time with the warm-up tosses between innings here. Just getting set now for his first offering of the warm-up. Tecumseh has to be a little bit invigorated by their last inning, making this an interesting contest once again.
Yeah, so far today, 5 hits allowed, the 3 runs for the Stars. So, it'll be Ray, Mitch Hudvigner, and Robinson due up in the order. 3, 4, and 5 hitters.
Okay, another important inning for Papin to work through the heart of the order for the Stars. Some folks that have been able to move the ball on him a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how he leads off with first pitches to some of these hitters. Some of the damage has come early in the count. It's clear to me that the Stars' batting lineup is a group of free swingers.
Looks like we're ready to go. With Ray at the plate. Last time up for Ray, well, it ended with a pickoff attempt with him at the plate, but the time before that, an RBI double. Off speed way high, 1-0 to start. Swings through it, 1-1. This one goes to the backstop, nearly hit him, 2-1.
And Ray likes to get tight on the plate. I wouldn't say he's challenging the pitcher as much as he probably likes to work the ball in on his body a little bit. More of a pull hitter.
2-1. Make it 3-1.
It'll be important to see how Papin controls the inside and outside portions of the plate here.
Three 3-1. Misses, and Ray is walked aboard.
Good eye by Ray. One thing about being closer on the plate, too, you can see the pitch a little bit clearer on the outside portion.
So that will bring up Mitch Hudvigner. So far today, 1 for 2 with a single last time up. Way high again, 1-0. A check over to first, got the tag, and got the out for the first time of the inning.
Pappen set him up on that one. Definitely worked his lefty craftiness to full effectiveness for sure. Had Ray leaning and was able to make the easy throw to first for the out.
Off speed. Bounces to a strike. 1-1.
And a little more pep in his step after that pickoff. See if it translates into a few more outs. Get his team back in the dugout.
1-1. Make it 1-2. And it looks like the pen starting to get ready. Stretch and toss now for Mike Hamlin. High contact, right field. Kibble gets a beat on it in the lights, and a loud second out.
Kibble with his heels nearly on the warning track at the short porch in right field here at Lacoste Park. High fence. Keeps a few balls in, but ultimately Kibble, who had to quickly scramble for an outfielder's glove before the game, as he was due to catch to start the contest.
Starting to spit outside with the weather forecast from earlier with the risk of showers. It's really starting to come into play now with Robinson at the plate, 1-0. Outside again, 2-0. Down to the dirt, 3-0. And he walked him 4 straight balls again. So with 2 outs, a runner's aboard again for Matt Deneau. Control starting to go away a bit as the sprinkles start to scatter across the ballpark, Ted.
Yeah, we'll see if it has an effect on the game. I don't think so. It is just light showers. Shouldn't cause any issues with footing or the grip on the ball.
Started off with a strike, 0-1 for Matt Deneau. Oh, and 1. Called a strike, 0-2.
Pappen hitting his target well on that one. Cunningham setting up over the outside half on that one and delivered effectively to the mitt.
The 0-2. Fouls it off of Cunningham's face.
And the umpire rightly taking a slow walk out to see Pappen. Give Cunningham some extra time. Got the bench helping out a little bit here too. Eric is well versed in taking balls at the difficult position of catcher off the body. Did not seem overly phased.
And so, 0-2 is still your count. Oh, and 2. Upstairs, 1-2.
High from Pappen on that offering. Again, they must know something about Deneau and thinking they want to work the ball away. Slightly open stance from Deneau, which obviously would mean that perhaps they can sneak some over the outer half.
Trying to go fastball, missed it, 2-2. Runners still at first. 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. 2-2 is the count. This one, Deneau hits it foul.
Now we'll see if that's a setup pitch here to come back outside. They worked 3 or 4 pitches to the outside and then kind of came in. Then cut contact on it but pulled it way foul.
So the umbrella is starting to come out for those on the concourse as the swing and a miss comes out to play for Deneau. Strikes out, runner left aboard after no hits, no runs, and no errors. Your score after the top of the 5th inning is still 3-2.
Stars in the top of the 5th. No runs, there were no hits, no errors, and one run on the board.
College, rather. But he was also an All-American, second team. This time to right. Forward back line this time.
Gets across the original line of scrimmage. Tackle just shy of the first down. Burrell looks for a spot. Burrell shoots it and scores on the near side.
One mistake ends up booking a trip to the prairies.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
I think at 8 o'clock it started. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh, where 3-2 is your score. The Stars over the Thunder as we head to the bottom of this 5th inning. And staying in the ball game is Bailey. So far, 3 hits allowed, 2 runs for Tecumseh. We'll see if this holds in what has been a solid pitching performance. But he has to face the 9 1-2 hitters, Kibble, Anderson, and Cunningham. Ted.
Yeah, and the Stars need a little extra time. The catcher was late coming back from his offensive side, and so this game moving at a pedestrian-like pace as the players ease into a Tuesday night game here at Lacoste Park. Originally scheduled for tomorrow, but they're moved the game up to get ahead of the impending weather thanks to the tropical storm. Is it Beryl or Beryl? How do you pronounce that? But either way, it's going to be wet tomorrow here in the local area, and so we've got a decent night for play tonight.
So starting things off at the bottom of the inning is Patrick Kibble. Struck out last time. Starts off with a swing and a miss, 0-1. Bounces again to a strike in the heart of the plate, 0-2. The 0-2. Off speed just missed, 1-2.
For those Tigers fans, we got a 7-7 ball game over at Comerica Park. Not a pitcher's duel.
The 1-2. Solid contact off the mound, base hit. And Kibble is aboard with a base hit.
Nice job from Kibble working the ball back up the box. Again, letting the pitcher, Bailey, do the work. Get the barrel on the ball and see how things work out for you. We've got some speed with Kibble at first. And obviously with the top of the lineup here, this is a good opportunity for the Thunder to make some noise.
That brings up. This is Josh Anderson. Donovan a punt, pulled it back, throw back to first, goes all the way to right field. Around second goes Kibble. Waved on to third. Throw to third, bounces away, and Kibble goes from first to third on initially a check over to first.
Yes,
Not bad from initially a bunt.
Stars definitely helping out the Thunder and moving that base runner to the third.
And Kibble definitely showing the wheels there too.
Should be marked a two-base throwing error on the catcher. And now we've got a tight pulled in infield from the Stars, realizing that they're protecting only a one-run lead.
So your count is 2-0, by the way, for Anderson. So far, 1 hit, 1 walk. Starts watching again, 3-0.
Not sure how Bailey's going to play this here, 3-0. May want to introduce the ability to get a force out or keep the double play in order. Goes right at him though.
And gets the strike for it, 3-1. The 3-1 watches that one, 3-2.
Very, very good pitch. Again, working that hard slider on the inside portion of the plate. Courageous pitch to throw at 3-1.
This time makes contact with it, but popped up. Calling for it, Robinson grabs the catch. Runner stays at third, 1 out.
Anderson a little upset with himself. Cost himself some timber on that one. But good on Bailey to induce the fly ball out. See how he works with Cunningham here at the plate. I'm sure he would prefer not to bring Workington up, but I don't think he's going to have a way out of that at this point.
Kibble still at third, as at the plate is Cunningham. Starts with a strike, 0-1. And that one
Off the nub. Cunningham will remain as he half-checked his swing. He opened the nub of the bat up to the ball coming in, and it fouled off into the Stars dugout. So not contact for the easy HBP, but rather he'll be back in the box with 2 strikes.
0-2. Makes contact, fouls it. Stays 0-2. Still gets a swing on it. Appear to get a piece of that one to the metal.
Cunningham obviously being a tough out here. This will prove dividends for sure.
Hamlin working in the Tecumseh pen. 0-2 from Bailey. And another one. And it stays 0-2.
Cunningham doing a good job thinking breaking pitch and reacting to the fastball with 2 strikes. Very disciplined hitter, very experienced. He's been in this situation before. Knows he just has to beat a drawn-in infield here for a run.
The 0-2 again. Cunningham fouls this one back. And now that one hits the roof.
Always been synonymous with Lacoste Park. Foul balls up over the grandstand are loud. Nobody sleeps here in the grandstands at Lacoste Park.
And so the battle continues here. It's still a pitcher's count. Cunningham, 0-2 again. The 0-2. This time hits it in playable distance. A slide out of the range of Horton. Cunningham is aboard as a run comes in to score. It's tied at 3.
Just enough contact there to lift it in the outfield. It wasn't deep enough, I don't think, for a sacrifice fly situation. So all of what was in question was whether or not the outfielder could make the diving play in short center field. And call it what you will, Texas leaguer, a gork, a flare, but it's an RBI in the book. And as the story will be told later, it will definitely be a laser.
So that brings up Dan Warkentin. He skies it straight up. Tracked down by Deneau. Now grabbed instead with some flair by Bailey for the second out.
Not often you see the pitcher call off the catcher or any other infielder for that matter for a fly ball, but Bailey's a good athlete and can field a position. Made it a little bit interesting, but ultimately it's retired for the out.
So a 3-all ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runner at first. And at the plate here is Barker. And that one fouled. 2 out, should say. 2 outs in the inning with Barker at the plate. The 0-1. Call it a strike, 0-2. Two. Throw over to second, goes to the outfield. Cunningham can't do anything there as he gets the stolen base. 1-2.
Interesting sequence of events there. Cunningham took a hop lead at the last moment before Bailey delivered to the plate. Then almost it looked as if it was a delayed steal. The infield didn't react very quickly to get to second, but then even the errant throw certainly wasn't enough to catch the, dare I say, speedy Cunningham.
Again, 2 out still. Now a runner at scoring position for Barker. He skies this one up. And another one hits the roof.
Another loud foul ball here at Lacoste Park.
One and two. And another battle. Upstairs missing. 2-2. Bailey waiting for the signal. 2-2. 3-2.
Good at bat for Barker. Works the count full. Cunningham's not forced to move with no runner behind him at second, but can read this. Cunningham, as we've seen, is a very intelligent ball player and a good base runner. Maybe not as fast as he used to be, but he certainly knows how to get around the base pass.
3-2. Swings on by it, and the side's retired. But a big run for Tecumseh. 5 innings down, 1 run. Coming off 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. But it is 3-all as we exit the 5th inning to play. You're watching We the Duel. But he was also an All-American, second team in this time to right. Forward back line this time.
Hits across the original line of scrimmage. Tackled just shy of the first down. Burrell looks for a spot. Burrell shoots it and scores on the near side.
One mistake, end up booking a trip to the prairies.
Rain sprinkles still coming down here in Tecumseh, but it's still not enough to call things here, especially tied up at 3. Top of the 6th inning, Papin stays out on the mound. And so his outing continues now that Tecumseh has been able to rally back in this one here, Ted.
Yeah, got to give credit to Tecumseh. Didn't panic. We've been chipping away here the last couple innings. And again, a solid pitching performance from Papin. Aside from the 3 runs in the 3rd inning, he's kept clean sheets in the other 4. And so there's been some activity in the bullpen, but again, still giving him the confidence to think that there's no one really seriously warming up to be coming into this ball game. And he's earned the right to continue spreading out 5 hits over 5 innings.
So, to lead things off in this inning, Steven Adam, Jacob Persa, Jeremy Orden. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up in the order. So we'll see how they play things out here. It should be an interesting time for the lineup as well, since that inning, as you said, a grand total of 1 hit in the past 2 for Windsor.
And a good chance for Papin to work through this inning, seeing 7, 8, 9 in the lineup. Can't overlook anyone, but at the same time, there's a chance to get away from the heart of the order, at least for this inning, if you can work a clean sheet.
And it looks like we have a change up at the plate. That is number 17, Josh Hugwagner from the St. Clair Saints previously. Pitcher and first baseman, he slots into the DH spot as Windsor looks for a spark off its bench.
A little extra time here as the umpire makes the lineup change. Cunningham was stranded on second coming out of the last half, so between innings a little bit longer than normal.
First pitch off the zone, 1-0. Solid contact. Left center. And chased down by the center fielder, Barker, for the first out.
Pappen gets away with one up in the zone again, but at the same time, Hud Wagner well underneath that ball and fairly easy play.
And look on the catch on the replay. Jacob Purcell at the plate. Starts with a strike. This count 0-1. Last time up, hit a single back in the fourth. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Lots of top-down movement on that pitch. Tall order to put that ball in play, that's for sure.
0-2 off speed. Call it a ball. 1-2. One and two. Swing and miss again. This time for a strikeout. 2 gone. Top of the sixth.
Pappen putting crafty left-hander there. It's a pitcher's pitch.
That brings up Orden. 2 flyouts today. Starts off with a ball, 1-0. Off speed, strike 1. 1-1. Goes for an air curve, this time missing. 2-1. The 2-1. Swing and miss, 2-2. And trying to hit the bottom corner, missed it. 3-2.
Important pitch for Pappen to get his team back in the dugout here. Does not want to see the top of the lineup.
Full count. Contact foul. 3-2. The 3-2 again from Pappen. This time slapped over to Thor. Duncan the throw. Play to first, called safe. Infield single. And so Jeremy Orden gets aboard with the speed. Took a longer bounce there.
Yeah, the high chopper definitely made that difficult for Duncan to rely on his arm to make the out at first. One of those seeing eye hits.
Top of the lineup, Noah Renaud. Starts off with the ball, 1-0. Solid contact to right field. In for another base hit. Runners at the corners with 2 outs.
Another slashing hit by Renaud to the right side.
So that solid slash will bring up DeLuca's slot. And it looks like we're setting up with runners at the corners. 2 outs. And now chance to blow this score open. Upstairs, 1-0. One and 0 to the dirt. 2-0. Fastball up high. 2-1.
Anderson's trying to stay honest on the right side with the lefty batter in the box. Especially with the first baseman holding it.
Oh, and that hit him. Bases loaded. And a huge opportunity for Carter Ray. Just grazed him towards the right side of the body.
Another time where DeLuca slowly tried to get out of the way, knowing full well that he could get himself on base and make the situation that much more difficult for Papin. Another timeout situation coming for the Thunder here.
It looks like they may be just about ready to pull the trigger here. In the backdrop, Mike Hamlin waiting at the gates.
They're going to let...
And it looks like they're going to keep him in.
Yeah, they're going to let the umpire come all the way out because they wanted to really talk about the situation, how they're going to pitch Carter Ray on this. He's already burned him once this evening with an important hit. And we'll see how it goes here. And the infield doesn't necessarily have to do anything special. They're not holding anywhere. Playing deep enough to kind of take away as many hits as possible.
Starts off missing, 1-0.
With the bases loaded and 2 outs, Papin can work comfortably from the full windup. We'll see if that assists him as he works through this at-bat.
1-0. 2-0. Hitters count for Ray. Can't bounce back with a strike, missing, 3-0.
Big hole in left center. Barker playing slightly to the weak side.
And he walked in a run. Carter Ray gets to first, and Windsor takes the lead 4-3.
See what kind of leash is given here with the pitcher ready in the bullpen. The lefty on the lefty matchup again. We'll see if that helps Papin.
Starts off with a strike 1. Mitch Hudvegner still in the ball game. Third baseman. Bases still loaded. 0-1. Make it 0-2. And in the dirt, trying to go off speed. Runners stay in place. 1-2.
Good block by Cunningham behind the dish. Prevents a run, obviously not letting it get past him.
The 1-2. 2-2. Two and two. Thought about going around, instead goes in the dirt. Full count, 3-2.
Another good block by Cunningham, helping his pitcher out. We will see the runners in motion here, 3-2 and 2 out. See the runner on third if he's smartly getting wide. In case of a quick shot down the line.
Colin Robinson on deck.
Nice pitch.
Bounces in with the strike. But the damage is done. 2 hits, 3 runners left aboard. And no errors, but 4-3 Windsor is now your score.
The Stars at the top of the 6th, they get 1 run.
3.
On 2 hits. 3 runners off the board with no errors. From the bottom of the 6th inning, Windsor Stars 4, Tecumseh Thunder 3.
So, looks like we have a pitching change up on the mound. And this is going to mean the change of the guard, so to speak. Now that Windsor has the advantage, they elect to make the change. It looks like Thiessen. No, it is a different. Yes, indeed. Pitcher.
Looks like it's Jack Thiessen.
Yes, it is. To confirm, yes, it is. A starting pitcher and utility player for the squad. He's from Leamington, Ontario. This is just his second appearance up on the mound this season. He had 3 innings faced before, where he faced 18 batters and allowed 4 earned runs on 6 walks. Paul Lamencia slot, Cam Goddard, Roberto Duncan due up. And the sprinkles continue to pour down. What does Tecumseh do to bounce back? We're about to find out, Ted.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a pitcher here with not a lot of game experience, at least in this league. It's just a 1-run lead, so anybody that comes to the plate can tie up the ball game. Just one swing away, as they say. Not a comfortable spot to be as a reliever. And I'm actually thinking that the Thunder lineup is glad that Bailey's gone. They might open up here a little bit.
Lamencia starts off having to back up 1-0. Now, Thiessen is talking about this with the coaching staff with Ron Smith. Normally part of the junior roster. In recent times, getting the opportunities with the senior roster to show what he can do. 1-0. Make it foul, 1-1.
Yeah, not as much movement from Thiessen on his fastball. We'll see if he has the off-speed breaking pitches to match Bailey. Lamencia really tight on the plate.
Solid contact, just foul. 1-2. 1-2 the count for Thiessen. One, two. Hit foul. And time is called. One, two. To the backstop. 2-2.
LaMantia, an experienced ball player, maybe trying to work the young pitcher into a timing issue, get him off his rhythm a little bit.
And Thiessen forced to step off.
And he's motioning to see the catcher, and the catcher has said, "No, you're good. I'm staying here."
2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three.
And Thiessen still wants to have a word with Deno after retiring him the last out on strikes. Clearly they're not on the same page, but it still worked out for the out on the previous batter.
So that brings Cam Goddard into the mix. 0 for 2 today. Last time up, grounded out, second base. Goddard, 2-2 again. Carteret bobbles it, then airmails it. Goddard gets aboard.
Sharp contact by Goddard there, but a makeable play by Ray. Once he mishandled it, kind of threw off balance, even though he probably didn't need to. And when you do that, you open yourself up to some situations where you might see the dugout saying things like heads up.
And so, up at the plate now is Roberto Duncan. So far, hitless, but he got an RBI on a ground out last time up. 1-0. Time called. And a balk called.
And again, just don't know if the pitcher and catcher have had enough time to understand and get on the same page. The rhythm has definitely not been there. They're having another discussion now. The young pitcher just trying to find his way here. Cost himself a base with some truncated movement there. And now we have a runner in the tying run in scoring position for the Thunder at second base.
1-0 the count now for Duncan. Down low, 2-0. Hitters count. Duncan to left center. Called on by the shortstop, DeLuca. And that gets the out. Second one of the inning.
Well, the left fielder, the center fielder, wanted no part of that short fly ball and left. And the very capable DeLuca was able to track it, go back, make the nice play.
And so that brings up Olivier. Olivier 0 for 2 as well today. A strikeout and a ground out.
Any relation to Sir Lawrence Olivier?
Not quite sure, but it's upstairs. 1-0 to start. Tied run still at second, 2 outs. One and 0. Solid contact to right. Back it goes off the fence. Tecumseh ties it up at 4 on a stand-up double.
Strong hit by Olivier there. Rattled the tall fence in right field in the gap. Right fielder had no chance at that. Runner scoring easily from second with 2 outs. And a big hit for the Thunder. And we're all knotted up again at 4.
4 all. Will there be a 2-out rally here? Kibble is now at the plate. Kibble up the middle. Hops, throw, play to Robinson, gets the out. And then we head on that note to the top of the 7th. We are tied at 4 after a 2-out double. Extends the ball game to the top of the 7th and makes it interesting. 4-set 7th here in Tecumseh.
Nice play by the shortstop, picked up by Robinson at first with the pick. Wouldn't have it any other way here, the rivalry game here in Tecumseh.
Take a step aside, top of the 7th after this. Yeah.
For Tecumseh in the bottom of the 6th, 1 run, 1 hit. No errors and 1 runner left the board. Move to the 7th inning. Windsor Stars 4, Tecumseh Thunder 4.
So we have a pitching change as we enter the top of the 7th inning. As up at the plate, at the mound, should say, is Mike Hamlin, another former St. Clair Saint. He's relied upon to keep this game at bay as we start off the inning.
Mike Hamlin has shown a strong career as a relief pitcher. Works the ball in all directions. I wouldn't say the most overpowering of fastballs, but because of his command of a few pitches and the ability to move the ball in all different directions, he's able to kind of fool batters. And so he's using a reliever role quite often. And we'll see how he fares against the Stars in the 7th inning here.
And he'll have to face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to start. Robinson, Deneau, and now in that 7th slot, Josh Hudvagner, if it stays stagnant at DH. So, leading things off will be Robinson. He's been hit by a pitch, he's been walked aboard via pitches so far today. Starts off with a strike, 0-1. Off speed, but lofted foul, 0-2. The 0-2 just misses the bottom corner, 1-2. It's one chopped over to first. Played by Goddard easily for the first out.
Finally able to keep Robinson off the bases tonight. Hamlin with a nice pitch on the outer section of the strike zone. Able to nub That ball had a lot of spin going to the first baseman, but it was easily picked up for the out.
That brings Deneau up. Deneau so far hitless. Swings through it. 0-1. Way outside. 1-1. 1-1, make it 1-2 on the swing and a miss.
Still a tie ball game over at Comerica Park with the Guardians, I should say, and the Tigers. That's all tied at 7.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's the hat trick for Deneau. 3 times now struck out for the Stars.
Good job by Ammon on that pitch sequence.
So that will bring up to the plate Josh Hudvagner. Last time up, flew out to center. Starts off with a strike and a swing, 0-1. The 0-1, make it 0-2. Into the dirt, 1-2. One and two, solid contact, but the short. Barkington throws over, gets Goddard the throw to him, and this side is retired.
Great inning by Hamlin. Worked the bottom part of the zone well. Kept him off balance, but ultimately he got the ball to his shortstop, who is very capable arm coming across the diamond.
No hits, no runs, no errors, no runners left on. Bottom of the 7th inning. Can Tecumseh get the walk-off? We're about to find out.
Tecumseh in the top of the 7th. The Stars in the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 7th inning and the top of the order due up. A huge test now for Thiessen as Anderson, Cunningham, Workington look to see, can they pull it off? Can Tecumseh walk off in the bottom of the 7th?
You would have thought Tecumseh was setting the Stars up all game for this moment, especially to have your leadoff hitter lead off the 7th. Table set. We'll see if they eat.
Anderson, last time he hit was back in the 3rd inning for a base hit. Popped up last time. Starts inside, 1-0. One and 0, the count. Make it 2-0. The 2-0 from Anderson. This one, high grounder, played over to first out. That took a very high bounce, Ted.
Yeah, almost looked like a pop fly in the infield. He beat it into the ground pretty hard. Still wasn't high enough. He's speedy enough to beat a lot of things out, but it was a nimble-footed Colin Robinson over to first for the unassisted play.
Now up to the plate, Eric Cunningham. Cunningham so far 1 for 3, hit a single and an RBI last time. Strike one. Oh and 1. Make it 1-1. The 1-1. In the dirt, 2-1.
Good discipline by Cunningham. I think he is looking for something he can drive.
And time is called. The signal, the 2-1. Fastball in for strike two.
Right down Main Street. Cunningham must have been caught off guard or was expecting something else, because you would have expected him to be green lighted on that one.
2-2 from Thiessen. Misses this time. 3-2.
Tough pitch to take.
Full count. Workington on deck. And he walked him. Cunningham's aboard at first with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the player who hit a home run to start Tecumseh's rally earlier, Dad Workington, is up at the plate.
Cunningham won the war of attrition there. I don't think they'll will want to move him into scoring position. They'll probably want to see if Workington can move him around with the bat.
Off speed, 1-0. One and 0. Make it 2-0.
Precarious position for Thiessen here.
Hitters count now for Workington. takes one, gets in the zone, 2-1.
Good courage by the young righty. Throwing the breaking pitch in that situation. Didn't want to serve up the dead red.
Half rim, shoulder, nose.
2-1. Make it 3-1. And Ross Barker is on deck. Hitter's count, doesn't take it. Instead, it's a strike, 3-2. Will there be the green light for Workington? Timeout called.
Still difficulty with the coordination between the pitcher and the catcher here.
The full count. Workington to right field. Back it goes. Off the wall. Cunningham to third. Given the stop sign, and it's a stand-up double for Workington. And the game-winning run is just a few feet away.
I'll tell you, Workington hit that extremely hard. It was maybe a foot and a half away from clearing the fence in right field, the tall fence in right field.
And now Thiessen talking things over with his catcher to know. Workington with a double and a homer for today, but now Cunningham. All he needs is solid contact from Barker, and he's home.
I thought it would be interesting to see what they did in this situation, and they gave the free pass to Barker so they could pitch to LaMancio, keeping the force outs in play on the diamond. Interesting call. LaMancio is an accomplished hitter and will now face double play depth up the middle with the shortstop and second baseman, with the first baseman and third baseman drawn in to protect against the run.
So again, it's LaMancio at the plate. Bases loaded. One out, bottom of the seventh. And it starts off with the ball. 1-0. Any contact to the outfield could end it. And it's hit in the infield. Bounces off second. Ray throws it at first, but Cunningham comes home to score. And the Tecumseh Thunder walk it off in the bottom of the seventh.
Good job, Evan LaMancio, just getting bat on the ball. Again, Carter Ray had very little chance to charge that ball and make a play for either two outs or get the runner at home. Just a product of too many base runners, and the Thunder definitely took advantage. It almost seemed like an inevitability here that the Thunder was going to take this down to the wire, and played it very well in the last few innings to pick up the win. Stars have to feel like they let one get away there, but ultimately a good ball game, a good senior ball game for Windsor and Essex, and really fortunate to get a chance to take in the action here at Lacoste Park, one of my favorite parks in the entire province. Justin, really appreciate the time to work with you today. Hope you'll join us again on the next broadcast.
Yes, indeed. And until that point, it's time to say goodbye for the rest of our crew. And for Ted Beal, I'm Justin Prince saying so long. Enjoy the rest of your evening. You've been watching baseball action from Lacoste Park. The Thunder walk it off 5-4.